graduate school, I made a promise to myself, but by the time I hit 30 years old, I was going to have an epic adventure. And so a little bit before my 28th birthday, I determined this adventure would be kayaking from Cooperstown, New York, all the way to Havre de Grace, Maryland, the entire length of the Susquehanna River. And despite being 2 years shy of my self-imposed deadline, I thought, 3 weeks is enough to prep for this, why not? Oh, I tell you what though, that might have only been 3 weeks, but my planning, the logistics would have put an Army quartermaster to shame, okay? I modified my kayak to accept extra lading. I calculated my caloric demands to the detail that I got all this freeze-dried food, this cache of freeze-dried food, so amazing it deserved a Michelin rating, okay? And then I got tents, I got sleeping pads, I got multi-stage water filtration, I even got underwear that was guaranteed by the manufacturer to be impervious to river funk, okay? This is serious business here. And I tell you what, this fervor, it was contagious, you know? I went out and people are buying me drinks when I tell them about it. Ad Crable at Lancaster newspapers, he caught wind of this, he's like, I'm doing a story on you. Like, whoa, me. And I mean, it was just unbelievable, all this thing. And so the energy, you know, it's getting going. And then everything, it just seemed to be perfect. And all of a sudden, I meet one of my coworkers. I'm leaving work for the final day before I go on my journey. He says, don't go. There's no water. And so it turns out that part of New York was having a drought of epic proportions, the worst one in 50 years. What he didn't understand was I had destiny on my side. A little drought's not gonna hurt me. I mean, come on. So I embark on my trip the next day. The first 2 days, things are perfect. I mean, there's a little bit of low water, but it's completely manageable. I'm out. I'm sleeping under the stars. Beavers are slapping their tails. My journal entries, they may well have been written by Lewis and Clark, okay? Day 3, I get up in the morning, I hit Lake Goodyear. No more water woes, I'm in a lake. I made friends on the water. These guys, best described as a gaggle of Keanu Reeves impersonators. They called me the River Dude. I'm the River Dude. And things are great. I go and I get to the dam and, the water is at least 10 feet below the crest of the dam. Well, so I guess I'm gonna have to navigate around this. So I'm pushing the kayak up by this embankment. All of a sudden I lose my footing, go tumbling into the river. The kayak comes sailing down, crushes my foot between it and a rock. Then it flips over, knocks me underwater, and I ingest a good bit of the river. So what was previously a difficult task has now become next to impossible, but I managed to muster up the strength. I get over the dam, and then, just because things had been going so well, it got worse. When I got to the base of the dam, because of the low water, they were only letting a trickle through. Now, I've been told that Susquehanna in Lenape means oyster river. I've come to believe instead that it means river that converts your arrogance into physical pain. For about a mile and a half, I had to drag my kayak with a broken foot. Okay? Even after I got past that point, there was only enough water to float the kayak, not paddling, so I'm still dragging this thing. I get to my campsite for the night, and I am in misery, okay? By this point, I have stomach cramps. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm vomiting. I am testing the manufacturer's claims about my underwear. I mean, it was horrible. By the time I wake up in the morning, my foot has swollen to the size of a catcher's mitt, okay? I cannot put a shoe on it. So I have one shoe, an open swollen foot, and I'm going on, I'm soldiering on, epic journey and what have you. So I get in there and I start paddling. Of course, preoccupied with my misery, I forgot to put on sunscreen, and this beautiful paste-like complexion that you see here became a beet red in no time at all. I was unable to eat, I'm vomiting, and this is just pure misery, but you know, I'm going, and by that afternoon, I had to surrender to the river. You win, river. So I pull off to the side of the river, and as if just a final twist of the knife, as I'm walking up the shore in this small town, I trip and fall face first into a mud puddle. Laying there, I can't even bring myself to get up. I'm just just overcome and defeated by a broken foot, by intestinal parasites, by dehydration, sun poisoning, and a horrible, horrible case of hubris. But thankfully, this woman, she's gardening, and she comes over and sees me and says, "Oh, you poor baby." She takes pity on me. She brings me back to her house. She puts on NPR for me and cleans me up. Terry Gross will soothe you. So, fortunately, she calls my parents. They come pick me up, and so I promised myself I would have an epic journey before I hit 30, and well, done. Thank you.